Hey there, Mom Betches. Welcome back to another episode of the Mom Betch podcast. I am your host, Celia. Now, let's just get to it. Let's just be real. Our dear Detroit Lions did not win. And I really thought for a second that the NFL was scripted. I thought I was watching like WWE. In my mind, I'm like, there's no way economically and the NFL having an opportunity to monetize that Taylor Swift and Eminem, aka the Chiefs and the Lions, would not go head to head. But let's face it, it was a really rough second half, and the 49ers were victorious, and it is what it is. So maybe next year. But I just have to say, go team for our fabulous city. I love the energy that I saw this year so far coming out of Detroit. And if you've never been to Detroit, it is actually a really cool place to visit. There is a lot to do, and it's safe. Detroit is such a big landmark. Like most of Detroit, there isn't even transportation to get to that part of the city. So I feel like there's this really horrible stigma when it comes to visiting Detroit. But every time I take somebody there, they're like, oh my God, this is so awesome. The food's amazing. The city's amazing. Like there's so much to do outside. It's just a really cool city. So if you ever get a chance to visit Detroit, like lean into it. It's actually a lot of fun, especially in the summertime. Anyways, I want to dive into it. It is the elephant in the room. Obviously, we're all watching this rom-com play out in front of us. And I just have to say this one thing, because I feel like I said it before, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, the amount that I'm consuming on my social media is astronomical. I'm going to quote it again. It is insane how much content is being pushed for these two. But I have to say, like, I don't know why it's so controversial for people to just not like two people being happy. Like, at the end of the day, irregardless of the glitzy world of Hollywood, this is a 30-some-year-old young woman that is just trying to feel normal. And yes, I get it. She chose this life. But, like, isn't there something soft in people's hearts that you just want to see people happy? Like, I don't get it. Like, why is there so much hate? And I'm actually very happy she found such a strong man that is lifting her up to make her feel probably the most normal she's ever felt. When she went down on the field, I was like, this is it. Like, she has to feel on top of the world, because that has to be a very stressful situation. Like with security, just like being that exposed and vulnerable, where she has to live her life so cautiously to feel the safeness of the Chiefs franchise and her significant other and his family. It must have really just been a moment for her where she felt good. And for people that don't want to see other people happy, you need to look in the mirror. Like, what's going on with you? Because if I can say anything, we're all people. We are born into this earth and we leave this earth the same. And I actually personally now have my popcorn ready for the Super Bowl, because I just love seeing how confident and quirky Travis Kelce is, and how he's just proud to play football, to have his girlfriend there, and they just don't care what other people think. And I wish more people leaned into these types of relationships than hated on them. Part of me thinks haters are the ones that are actually upset about something that's going on in their life. Because if you think about it, we want to be with someone that empowers us. Like, we want to be with someone that allows us to be who we are. We want to feel supported. We want to feel like we can do things, and we're going to have someone there to guide us, to cheerlead us. That's the goal. That's the goal in life. The same as being a parent. Like, you want to champion your child. So for me, I cannot wait for the Super Bowl. I hope there's a proposal. Like, I'm totally all in on the Chiefs. I cannot wait to wear my Travis Kelce shirt. I love this story. And I feel like with celebrities, there's always like this higher percentage chance of breakup, especially in the first few years. Maybe it's like the paparazzi, maybe it's the temptation, like who knows? But like I just feel like there's like a lot of potential for a surprise coming out of this relationship. And I'm really excited to see if anything unfolds at the Super Bowl because when he's on a high, you have to admit it's contagious. Like that man brings a level of energy authentically that you want to watch. And I think it's very exciting that now more people are invested in this game or invested in football because if anything, it's now something you have in common with your spouse that you might have not had in common with before, or something you have in common with your parents. Like it's just allowing people to gather and talk and smile and laugh. And that's really all you can ask for. Anyways, that's my take on the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce Super Bowl. Sad the Lions lost, but we're moving on. Anyways, I want to shift gears from that Hollywood rom-com. And I want to move into our own love story. Okay? There is nothing I love more than women supporting women. And I'll be honest, I didn't tell anyone about the Mom Bitch podcast or my journal the whole year I worked on it. And I was talking to my girlfriend about this yesterday. Why? And the why is because I feel like a lot of times when you have this internal desire to do something, we stand in our own way. And whether that's because people start to ask us questions that make us question our passion, or we don't have the confidence, or we don't have the time, we make all of these excuses, and then it kind of just falls flat. And for me, I mentioned this before, but I feel the most empowered when I'm the foundation of my own life, when I'm building myself up. I don't need help to be a better person. I love having positive influences around me, but I make my own decisions and I am my own person, regardless if I'm a wife, a mother, a colleague, a friend. Like I am uniquely me. And I didn't want anyone to deter me or make me question myself when it came to making this podcast or making the journal. It's something that I felt very deeply and passionate about and something that I was going to do. And so shifting back into like the love story that I'm about to tell you, it kind of goes off of Taylor Swift again with her friendship bracelets, like just sharing the love, like having something that just makes you feel good that you can share with other people. I went to the mailbox and I got a package in the mail and it was addressed to me. And typically, like if it's going to the mailbox, I know I've purchased something. And I was like, what is this? Like, what did I buy? And I open it up and there's this friendship bracelet from the queen herself. No, I'm just joking. It wasn't Taylor Swift. But anyways, there was a friendship bracelet that said Mom Bitch, and it was my branded pink with gold accent. And it was so freaking cute. Like my bracelet is so sweet. And I was like, who made this for me? I didn't make this for me. And what's really funny is every day I wear friendship bracelets and it's a message to myself. It says, be happy. And the other one says, mama. Well, now I have a Mom Bitch one. And I feel like now my wrist is complete with everything that motivates me outside of just work and being a mom. But anyways, I look and I have this letter attached to the package and it's from this business on Etsy. And this lady who owns the business, thank you, Yelby, included this bracelet for me and then created more Mom Bitch bracelets in her stock, meaning like she already invested her time into Mom Bitch before a purchase so that listeners can get a Mom Bitch bracelet And she's offering 10% off on her store entirely with the code MOMBETCH10. MOMBETCH 10. And her entire store is all of these customizable friendship bracelets. She even has DIY kits. So like if you have a party for like sports or a birthday or a special event with your girlfriends, it could be kids, it could be adults, irregardless, she has all of this really unique custom product that's available, and it's actually really nice quality. Like the bracelet fits better than the ones that I've purchased inside of stores. Anyways, it really made me take a step back because I was like, how nice is that to have someone that you don't know support you? Like that's the type of relationships that really amp me up because it's just people being nice. Like humanity exists. Anyways, you have to check her out. Okay. On Etsy, the store is called Marley and Albie, and you get 10% off with code MOMBETCH10. How nice is that? Like, I am here for all of the surprises that are happening right now, but to have my own first exclusive promo code, I cannot wait for you guys to be trendsetters of your own mom squad because these are chic and personalized bracelets and everybody needs one. All right, now I want to buckle up because now at this point, we are on this roller coaster of relationships. Like, let's just lean into the topic itself. In the midst of this football frenzy, I found myself like reminiscing about the early days of falling in love with James. And so I started to think about the concept, like, what do we do to support each other? Like, before and after a baby arrives. So, going into it, I feel like you go through the honeymoon stage, you get out of the honeymoon stage, now you're just married, maybe you're not married, but irregardless, like sometimes the romance is gone. Like the desire to try is not there anymore because you've just kind of like sunk into this life. And it's not a negative thing. You've just sunk into your momentum with your partner. And sometimes the magic isn't there all of the time like it used to be. So, anyways, I started to think about okay, like what are all of the things that James does or did for me? And so I have a few things on the list, and maybe this is the perfect episode to like turn on when you're in the car with your husband, wink, wink, because I'm going through the list, man, of what us women need. And if you don't have this in your Valentine's Day lineup, start adding it, okay? Anyways, number one, surprise foot rubs without being asked. Like Cinderella had it right. Like I want a man that is like in search of my feet. Like imagine coming home after a long day and there's just like this foot rub waiting for you. Like pure bliss. And I love foot rubs. That's why I go get pedicures. Anyways, surprise foot rubs, top of the list. Late night ice cream runs. And like I have to say, I'm lactose intolerant, but it's 2024. Okay, there is something for everyone. There's vegan, there's dairy free, there's like all sorts of different options at ice cream stores that anyone really can have the craving, regardless of the clock. Like if you're pregnant and you want a pint with your favorite flavor at 2 a.m., your partner's got you. If you've had a rough day at work and you want some ice cream just because your partner's got you. Men, take your women to get ice cream. My favorite ice cream, if I am going to have it at home, is Jenny's. If you've never had Jenny's ice cream, their flavor selection is the highest quality, the most delicious. But if you need something that's sugar-free, Rebel. Ugh. When I'm on my skinny girl days, Rebel is my jam. Anyways, Another thing on the list, like a heartfelt note or a gesture during like your pregnancy journey or your postpartums. Like, also, I always say emojis are encouraged. I will kind of go off on a tangent here like normal. When I first started interviewing for the organization I'm with now, I was a client. So I wasn't part of the team, but I worked with them before coming onto the team. And my CEO at the time said, Celia, everyone loves working with you, but sometimes you come off too direct. And I've been told that before, like I write like an engineer, like I speak direct, like I don't necessarily like put empathy into communicating via text or email. Well, now I do, but irregardless, he was like, try adding like emojis, like try adding a smile face, like bring a little of your personality into your communication so the team sees that you're like encouraging. And I started to do that. And now it's just a part of how I communicate. And I'm so thankful that he told me that because I had no idea. But a sweet note expressing like love or excitement or just happiness or thankfulness for like an upcoming thing that's happening in your life goes a long way with women. Another thing, like attending classes together, like teamwork makes the dream work, okay? So like sharing an experience, gaining knowledge, being a united front, whether that's like prenatal classes or cooking classes, whatever it may be. James and I hired a nursing company to come to our home to teach us basically how to take care of like a baby. And I didn't want to do like Mama's class. Like it was during COVID. Like I wanted it to just be a personal experience. And so we went through this company and they came to our house and they came and did like 2 or 3 classes. And I feel like it was a turning point for us when it came to the teamwork with, becoming parents, because we just shared that experience and that knowledge and we had our papers and we organized everything and we were learning together, asking questions together, and it brought us together. Same thing, we had a gift, I think it was last Christmas, where we got a cooking class gifted to us. And we went to this cooking class and we learned like the type of salt you need for pasta, when to put the salt in the water, the type of noodles you want, the type of ingredients you need, what makes food from Italy different from food in the US, the freshness, etc. And it was really cool. And now we have fun in the kitchen from it. Or when we're grocery store shopping, we like are more, intuitive to what we're purchasing and mindful. And it just creates like this teamwork and it's a lot of fun. So, take some classes together this year. Oh, one that I think needs to happen more is taking on more household chores without being nudged. Initiation in the household is sexy. Like, can you imagine waking up to a spotless kitchen because your partner took the initiative to clean up? James does that. Like, we will have people over and, sometimes we have to divide and conquer and I have to go put Lake into bed and I'll wake up and everything's clean. When I walk down the stairs and he's like, I Swiffered and vacuumed last night, baby, what do you want for dinner? I will make you whatever you want, okay? Like taking on household chores for women, I think we are emotionally attached to the house being clean. And we get extremely stressed and overwhelmed and almost like, what's the word? Claustrophobic if we don't have things in order. And for men, it's kind of like the house looks great. Yeah, it might look great, but it's not clean. You know what I mean? So having someone help you just do those little things without being asked, perfect Valentine's Day gift. Another thing that I think is fun, and obviously this costs money, but like a spa day for like a mom to be, or just because relaxation is a team effort once you're a parent. Like you can't just relax without the help of your spouse, and it goes both ways. But having like a surprise spa day just to help alleviate some stress in your life is so nice. And if you can't get out of the house, there's actually this app called Soothe, and you can have someone come to your home. And I've done it before. And it was amazing because I had this nice massage in the house. And then I just got up and put my robe on and went about my day. Like I didn't have to get back in the car. I didn't have to go get dressed. Like I was just able to continue about my day in relaxation mode. And they actually had like therapists that are certified that are probably working in your local massage venues around you anyways, and this is something that they do freelance. My massage was fantastic. So like there's so many different things you can do for each other where you don't even have to leave the house, but you got to be a team to do it because you can't just leave and then no one's taking care of the kid. Am I right? I think also too the final thing I'm going to say is just being present, engaged during like times when you need to be all in. James showed up to every single doctor appointment I had when I was pregnant. Like bonus points for holding my hand. Like a partner who's actively involved and supported during medical checkups, it just really makes the energy in the relationship zen, if you get what I mean. So if you don't have your man going to your doctor's appointments and maybe he's just not geared to think you want him there, speak up and ask for it. Like I hate when I hear my friends or women say like, "Oh, he doesn't do anything." Well, did you ask him for help? Because people aren't mind readers. Like if I need something from James, I tell him. Like it isn't a question. Like you know what I need. This is what I need. This is the involvement level I need. This is the support level I need. Show up. Anyways, moving on. Surprise date nights. Like that's something that we need to get better at in this household. Maybe it's even just like a candlelit dinner inside the house, but just having like unexpected date nights to maintain the spark in your relationship is so fun. Like James and I went on our anniversary dinner and we were able to do it for the first time really without Lakin. His grandparents were watching him. And I was like, wow, like what do we talk about? And we ended up scarfing our food down because we're used to having to eat with a child and eat together, that we forgot how to enjoy our meal and like take our time. And even the waiter was like, wow, you guys eat fast. And so that made me realize like we need more nights where it's just adults and adults only because we're so used to just like baby time, like wrapping up, like emotional reassurance during the highs and lows in life is so important. And sometimes tissues are required. Like it's okay to be vulnerable with your partner, but you guys need to be there for each other emotionally. You need to celebrate milestones or you need to navigate challenges together, but either way, communication needs to be open both ways. And I always say, if you don't have this, have you asked for it? And if you've asked for it and you don't have it, then you got to like start looking at like, how do you get there? You know, how do you find the solution? There's always going to be times when things are chaotic. And there's always going to be times when things aren't perfect. But communication is the key. And you can get to where you need to be with your partner, your spouse, or whoever. But you have to have that line of communication. As long as that line of communication is open, you should be able to. But that's just my romantic podcast today for you. So, with that said, I'm going to go completely off the rail and tell you about this new life hack. It is the juiciest nugget for all of you mom bitches out there, and I cannot wait to share this with you. Okay, juicy nugget coming at you in 5, 4, 3, 2. Did you know that lemon and lime work as natural preservatives to keep your fruits and veggies fresh? I was at my co-working space. My girlfriend came up with me and she's like, oh, I brought cucumbers. And I noticed that there was like lime on the cucumber. And I was like, I've never heard of this before. Like, it tasted delicious, but I was like, I've never seen anyone put lime on their cucumbers. And she's like, oh yeah. She's like, no, it's like a natural preservative. I didn't know if we were going to eat these because we're going out to lunch and I didn't want them to get soggy. My mind was like, what? Like, how did I not know this? Like, now you can give your produce the VIP treatment in the fridge. Like, I am so blown that if you put lemon or lime, the acidity actually helps keep things fresh if they're cut. She also said it helps from like sliced apples from turning brown. I had no idea. So with that said, take that tip. Like, are you kidding me? I now want to do a whole podcast on life hacks because there's so many simple things out there that I feel like we all need to know. And the one thing that I am so excited about for the lemon and lime is its natural preservatives. Like, you know that there's no addedness, if you know what I mean. Those are the type of wins in life that really just get me going. Anyways, just the tip of the iceberg, folks. Get it? Ha. Anyways, another thing I want to talk about today before we wrap is I'm facing a dilemma with bed sharing with Lakin. And I'm still in the mindset like, is it a blessing or is it a curse? Mom bitches, I need your wisdom, okay? Because I am going on a Disney cruise in March. And I'm so excited, but I'm also scared because Lakin is going to be with us in the bed, in the cruise, small quarters. And I was kind of hoping that maybe he'd like be in his own bed or in a crib. I don't know. It's just like a vacation wish of mine that I'm able to like spread out and just sleep. But anyways, I need your wisdom for bed sharing. I'm going to go into an episode coming up. But I'm going on a Disney cruise. And I'm so freaking excited to see what this Disney cruise is about. So far, it's a lot of work. I'm going with our friends. They have a little one that's around Lakin's age. But I'm now like getting prepared to set sail into the magical world of Disney. And so with that said, next week, I'm going into like, how do you prepare with a toddler or a baby to go on a cruise? Cruises, for me, are so much fun. I love cruises. They're not for everyone, but I think my favorite thing about cruising is that when you're sleeping, you're traveling. I hate traveling when I'm up. I feel like it takes away from the day, especially with a kid. I think cruises are great because you wake up, you're at a new destination. I think they're amazing because they don't break the bank, well, excluding Disney. Disney's like astronomically expensive for anything that you do. There's a lot of activities on board, like the science behind cruises. Like, you're never really truly crowded like you are in like a Disney park. And they still have like all of the benefits of like character meet and greets and like everything going on. So with that said, next week I'm going into bed training versus not bed training, Disney cruises and family vacations and all of the things. So get prepared for that. But before we set sail to Disney, I just have to say, for all of you fashion forward mom betches, and if you go to mombetch.com, go to the shop store, find the merch, I got you covered. Anyways, as we wrap up this whirlwind of an episode, here's a little nugget of wisdom, okay? Do not lose yourself in the chaos of parenting. Like, instead, lose yourself into what brings you genuine, heartwarming smiles and laughter, because at the end of the day, life is about smiles, okay? So if your baggy jeans can survive the snow and your fruit can stay fresh, consider it a win. Take my advice today, work on your relationship. We got a lot in store in the upcoming episodes. Until next time, Mom Betches, stay fabulous and keep spreading those smiles.